Okay, hello Inkscape community. This is a second iteration on the preferences panel that I was working on. So in the previous video, I focused on the tools panel. So what you can see in the tools panel is the same thing as before. I didn't change anything here. You have the tools. You are able to drag them to reorder. You are able to remove dividers or add new dividers, and you can also drag the dividers, and these changes reflect on the tools panel in the Inkscape main window. So in this iteration, I have a lot of news. First, there is a user interface page. Uh, I have language options here in the top, welcome dialog to showing it or not. These are some basic stuff that we show up front when anybody wants to open the settings and see what they can do. So there is the appearance. Recently Adam has shared a different appearance proposal, which I really loved. This one was made before he shared that proposal, and I think we could make things work, maybe incorporating the one he's suggesting. But anyway, what we have here is essentially the existing options, but rearranged in a different way. Okay, we have the theme. You can click the drop down to change the theme. You have a checkbox for turning on or and off the dark theme. The icon theme is also here. We have the folder icon so that you can browse to change both icon theme and theme. You can change the base color, and I introduced this reset button, so if you change the base color or any of the highlight colors for the theme, you would be able to just reset them to the default value. You'll notice that I'm not using the term symbolic or scalable here, because in this proposal I have already transitioned to symbolic. And then there is this option, show icons in menu, color contrast. We have here the color selectors, which are the color pickers, dialogues, and many other options. I'm not gonna go super deep into all of these details, but what we have here is the content that was discussed during the Inkscape Summit. And if I record it correctly, Adam and I and Mike and also Tav gave some inputs, but this was mainly Mike and I working with more inputs from Adam, and Tav joined the discussion later. They joined the discussion on where should things be, but not how should they be organized. This part of how they should be organized is what I'm showing now. So there is a viewport page which has options for resizing the window, ruler origin position, and then I collapsed the zoom correction option, making it less scary, right? So when you open it, you have the correction factor that you can scale, you have the reference ruler, the ruler units, but it's more compact. And there is also the modifier keys for scrolling. So for vertical scroll, nothing changes. For horizontal scroll, there is this shift control here. For zooming the canvas and rotating the canvas, there is also the modifier keys. The bounding box mode. And here we have also the grid. So rectangular grid, and then the options for it. So you can see I didn't make any radical changes. It's only making this fit into this new model and this new information architecture, but the content is 99% of the cases is the same, right? So you have modular grid. We could have something like a preview here, so like you could change the settings here and you would see the preview. However, depending on how this gets implemented, you would also be able to preview this in Canvas in real time. So I'm leaving this discussion for another moment. Image outline view mode, mouse cursor, canvas rotation increments. We have everything here. I have already covered the tools part. Keyboard shortcuts is a very big project, so I'm skipping it for now. And then we have a behaviors page. So bitmap copy resolution, clipboard, how clones will behave, guides, keyboard object manipulation, live path effects, mask and clip paths, rotation, snapping, text, so zoom, all the behaviors for specific tools and functions you will find here. So one thing cool to notice is the alignment. So we have a consistent grid with titles and sections on the left side. And on the right side, we have the actual options that are interactive that you can play with, right? Some of them have additional information like this move increments here. You can change the unit and the amount, and it also shows a tooltip on what are the keys you're going to press to get this thing working. Then there is the file management tab. Again, nothing new. The structure is basically the same. We have input and output. We have autosave, cleanup, export, imported images and how they will behave, SVG format and SVG output. And last, we have system options. I have a bit of trouble separating this. In the top, we have color management, the part of display adjustment. And then there's another section called color management proofing. This is for color proof. And I don't know if this should get its own tab here in the right side, if this should be grouped and just we could improve the labels. But anyway, then we have the input devices, transformation storage, viewport rendering. And here I made an exception for the grid. I let the text, the input text fields to take the full width of the page because the paths here are too long. So it's good to see them entirely. And since this is a long list, I think that makes sense. And in the bottom, in the very bottom, we have a developer mode session. So we have a lot of other more advanced options that are mainly used for debugging or for testing, right? So this is the most recent proposal. This is not like something that is set up in stone. I think everything here is up for updates. This is a continuation of a work that had already started even prior to the UX initiative. So I'm glad to continue discussing this with the team. Okay, I'm hoping to get your feedback on this, and thanks for your attention.